Hello?
Hello, Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, this is a radio show?
This is Dustin Wellness from KMSU. How you doing?
Good, good, good. We're talking to Minnesota right now.
Yes.
Jesse Ventura was your governor, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Great guy. I've actually hung out with him.
We had him on this show. It was pretty awesome.
He's a good guy. I know his son also. He's a real tall son. Did he ever win his case against the airport security?
I don't know. I think it's still going on.
Yeah,
Maybe.
when we talked to him, it was still
he should really win because that's ridiculous. The guy's a Navy SEAL, and he takes in metal, shrapnel, from being from serving his country. And then he gets searched all the time, and gets including cavity searches because it comes off on the screen as metal. Like he's your governor. For God's sakes, he's not a terrorist, and they put him through this all the time. So he's suing, and I think he really deserves to win. And it's we both were quoting Ben Franklin when I spoke to him, which is I think it was Ben Franklin who made the greatest comment about this, and that is any country that sacrifices personal freedom in the name of security deserves neither.
Yeah,
good, huh?
Yeah, it is good. I agree with you.
Yeah. So what's happening? Go ahead.
We'll get started here. Can you? I guess I like to ask a typical question. Can you talk to us about how you got started in the adult film business?
Well, a lot of that stuff is, of course, on the internet. Then I had a girlfriend that sent a picture of me into Playgirl magazine. This is when I was young and cute. Now I'm lucky to get into Field and Stream magazine. But this is back then, 1978. Funny that John Ritter was on the cover, and Playgirl magazine. And that led to my first time being a little bit undressed on camera. And then one thing led to the next, and bingo.
Obviously you were a major star in the business during that transition when sort of the adult films went from theaters to home video. Can you kind of give us your thoughts on that time or what that was like?
Well, it was fun. It was more like storylines back then. It would be the old famous pizza man, carpenter, and every time you call for the girl, or the famous pizza line, of course. Hi, who ordered the large sausage? Or there's these cute little plots back then, little storylines. And the joke was whenever a girl would meet the worker at the door, whether it be the pool boy, the pizza man, the carpenter, electrician, TV repairman, the joke was she never has the money to pay for it, so she has to pay in trade. And of course, she's wearing a very sexy outfit. Like a TV repairman would say, "Why are you wearing an outfit like that to greet a TV repairman?" It's just funny stuff. And then the plots got better and better. Films like Pirates, which were so good, they actually played in regular, at Blockbuster without the sex. They were making like big feature films. They called it the Golden Age, the Golden Age of porn, because films like Deep Throat, Devil and Miss Jones, Misty Beethoven, all these really high quality films that still people like to look at today. And then the market when it went video, it became a little bit cheaper and became more like the majority of the stuff was. There was still the better stuff being made, but then they had a lot of that amateur stuff. Where are you from? What are your hobbies? Oh, will you dance for us? That's nice. Enough talk. Eat this. There you go. And that was your constant amateurs. People who did that. You also had your scripted movies, but a large part of the business was the interview, and they call it the POV, where the director is actually the cameraman, who's actually the actor.
Do you have any favorite, films or things that happened back in those golden days? Any kind of favorite memories?
Well, I liked. My favorite women to work with were Tabitha Stevens, Christy Canyon, I guess Vanessa Del Rio, Terry Weigel, Taylor Wayne, Sunny Lane. These are my favorite women. My favorite movies I worked on, of course, the mainstream ones are the ones that have really put me on the map, along with Surreal Life and music videos. But I liked X-rated films, Fascination, Bad Girls, all the films I did under the company called Metro. Those are some of my favorites, I guess. Co-Ed Fever. These are actually, you can still get these movies. I still see them in DVD stores and stuff, or online. Amanda by Night, great film. These are all the ones I worked on that were really good. Ones we shot in Hawaii were good. My favorite films I did that are regular films that became cult films in colleges and really got me well known were Detroit Rock City, the Kiss film, Orgazmo from the guys who did South Park, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and first and foremost, Boondock Saints. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, we've seen all those. And what you also have a relationship with Troma Films? Is that right?
Yeah, I've worked on a lot of their stuff. I did Toxic Avenger Part 4 as a part of the mayor. And I worked on Class of Nukem High 3. Then I did Return to Nukem High, Terra Firma, Parts of the Family. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff I've been in.
Yeah.
We do a lot of fun to work with these guys. They're crazy. But people love their movies. They have a whole built-in audience, a cult following, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it seems really difficult when you get in the adult film industry to branch out of there at all. I mean, for you, was that something that you always kind of wanted to do or move on to?
Yes.
Or
Yes. I wanted to be an actor my whole life. So, yeah, that was definitely something I wanted to do.
And you mentioned, like, back in the old days, having much more storylines and plots, and it just seemed like it was more fun and whimsical, and it was more sort of interesting. What are your thoughts on, I guess, how that's changed now, where it seems like everything is
they still make some films like that, but a large part of them, of course, are not like that. A lot of them now are just, what they call wall-to-wall, just wall-to-wall sex, or they just have there's like no real plot now. It all goes on the internet. So basically, there's no real storyline. You can start the scene whenever you choose to, and often it's free, based on advertising dollars. So now the business is being put out of business, because how do you compete with free, right?
So then, it's really become kind of a billion-dollar industry over the years. And do you think that now it's kind of going to turn out to just be free to the people, sort of like a YouTube sort of thing? And
that's what it's already happening.
Yeah.
They call YouPorn, PornTube, SexForFree.com, Hamster.com, Pornhub. I mean, there's a zillion stuff now, and it's all free. So people would spend $10,000 a year on porn now are spending nothing. So companies are going out of business like crazy. We've already lost Gourmet, Collectors, Leisure Time, Red Light, and there's more coming.
Can you kind of give us your thoughts on the performers, too? I mean, I know back in your day, you kind of had to be, one of the select few that were able to perform and star in these movies. Nowadays, with Viagra and all these different things, it seems like anybody maybe could do it.
Yeah, I endorse a website called sexpillguru.com. It actually rates which penis pills work the best, sexpillguru.com. And you'll see me popping into frame, telling you which are good, which are not so good, as far as, lab testing and, doing all kinds of control groups. And it'll give you good advice on the best pills. And yes, you're correct. Now anybody can be a porn star, basically, because now with the pills, anybody can do it.
Now, also, I guess back in the 80s, there was more acting involved. You did a bunch of stuff, and then something, really bad started happening with the AIDS scare. What do you think did that have any effect, or do you remember that?
Yeah, we all had to use protection in some scenes, or we started getting tested every single month for a variety of illnesses, not just HIV. But we did pretty good. I mean, for the number of scenes that were shot, we've done very well. There's not been many outbreaks. And the few we had over the 35 years I've been in the business, the very few, just a couple of outbreaks, it was stopped. We caught the performer, and they did not work. We stopped it.
Yeah, we actually had Seika on the show, and she mentioned that she actually quit the business over that. Is that something that you ever considered doing, or?
Who's on the show?
Seika.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I would not quit for that reason. I'd quit because other things are happening, and I would quit because of that, because we got it under control. Plus, I've never seen a case, or very rarely seen a case, of a guy getting it from a girl. So, it works the other direction. It works mostly gay, or needles, or blood transfusions. I don't see it going sexually girl to guy. I've seen very, very few cases of that. So, being I'm a heterosexual man, I don't see as big a risk.
Now, you said, obviously you're still in the business today. I guess what do you see for the future, and how long do you plan to be in the business?
More interactivity, more computers, less plot, more companies going out of business because they cannot compete with free. And I'll stick around until the schmeckle stops working.
And Ron, I have to ask, have you, I guess you hear about it sometimes, have you ever had a family or anything while in the business, or do you know people that are? No, I've been pretty careful. I have no accidental families. Did you ever hope to have an intentional family?
Oh, I wouldn't mind. I've thought about it. I travel a lot. It makes it difficult to have a serious relationship, you know.
Yeah, it's I know for some it's sort of a touchy subject, just the business that you become involved in.
No, not with me. It's fine. Guys, I have to get going now.
Well, thanks a lot, Ron.
Guys,
It's been great having you on the show.
Well, thanks. Keep in touch. You know.
All right, we're looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully, show up in some more Troma films. We're big fans of that, and whatever else you got coming down, we'll be looking for it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. There are some more Troma films I'm in. Yeah, you'll see.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot, Ron.
Bye-bye now.